everything they can to take us away. Yeah. It feels so good, so great. You know what I mean? We gotta stand up and do something. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. My black people, my black people, people, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, you're sleeping. My black people, my black people, yeah. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Doing too much sleeping. We marching for the wrong reasons. All they do, they wanna lock us away and throw away the key. Crime and violence, trying to treat us with silence. Slavery is legal, so they throw away the key.
Yo,
Hey, what's up, DJ? OG DJ A, what it do?
what it do, Raider Shark? How you feel, brother,
I
man?
feel with my hands.
And your heart, and your heart, yeah, man.
Man, who came up with that slogan? That little,
Man,
whoever it was a smooth dude, man.
I stole it from Crazy T. That's who I took it from.
I just heard some old school cat say it to me before. I was like, man, how you feel today? He was like, I feel with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that sound kind of creepy.
You know, right. I think I heard Red Fox say it. You know what I'm saying? He
To
said
me, it sounds a little creepy. Just like, I feel with my hands. I'm like, okay.
okay.
I don't know if I should take that in a good way or.
Right, so like it's gonna feel on me or something. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, not
That's what it seemed
necessarily
like.
that. It's just like,
You know, they
you
gonna
just
try
feeling
to-
on everybody, huh?
Yeah, you just out here
random
freaking.
touchy.
Yeah, ran out here freaking.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day? That's when I was a kid. They used to call it freaking
Oh yeah.
instead of really.
Lex Vegas, what up, big dog?
Lex Vegas tuned in.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up? Host of the Lex Vegas show
Right.
live.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk a little bit about mental health and how society still doesn't recognize someone who is a victim or a person of mental health.
Sometimes you know there's something wrong with them. You just don't
Yeah.
know what's wrong with them.
But that's not the first thought is not that it's a mental health issue. Even though some people will call them crazy, like, man, dude crazy, but they don't register as a mental health issue.
So you thinking that they just not acting and you know being crazy to be crazy?
No, I think we think as people, especially people in the ghetto or the hood or whatever you want to call it, is that crazy is normal in a way.
But it is a mental health.
Yeah.
Right. I understand what you're saying. We just say you crazy and put you on.
And just like, that dude crazy as hell. Nobody want to, you know what I mean? And it's not like, see, they more scared of it than wanting to help it.
Yeah, that's true. 'Cause it's been a couple on my block, man. I'm like, this dude is.
He's nuts.
Yeah, he needs to be somewhere
And it's
for
nobody that wants to get him admitted or anything.
Caller.
Oh, you got it. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yes, hi, this is Monique Prim,
what's
calling
up,
from
Mo?
the Black Mental Health Corporation.
All right then.
All right.
So I was saying,
How are you today?
we good. We good. How you
Great.
doing? You good?
Good, I'm good.
All right.
So-
So glad to hear.
Hold on, before you speak, right? I don't know if you were seeing the first part of what I came up with, what I was saying, but I was saying that in my opinion that the black neighborhoods and the so-called ghettos and projects and et cetera that's labeled, you know, to the minority or people of color or whatever. Well, we was just saying that we made it. I kind of like on my opinion. I was just saying that the people around us that we grew up with, that's like us, we always mention that like someone is crazy or that dude tripping, and we never really think about it like it's a mental health issue. We just think that is normal because all of us, you know what I'm saying, people around us, and that's what we see all the time. And we just like, oh man, dude crazy, man, I ain't messing with him. But instead of saying, oh yeah, we need to get him some help. But
Correct.
people being crazy is the normal thing.
So
Well,
how do you get them
especially
some
in our
help?
communities when mental health has been stigmatized.
Yeah.
It's easier to say that someone is crazy than to put a name with what that so-called craziness may be.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, there's a name.
You got a video?
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So can you give us a couple of like names or diagnosis
Well,
or whatever it is? I don't
hmm
know what the exact terms are, but can you give us a couple
so
of examples of mental illness?
okay. Well, for example, I want to start off saying this: that most
Video.
African American people are more often diagnosed with schizophrenia
Right.
and often diagnosed with different mood disorders compared to our white counterparts, even though they experience the same symptoms, right? And we aren't offered the same level of treatment as our white counterparts.
Right.
So, with that being said, when there's a healthcare disparity or an individual may have lack of health care, then how will they go or where would they go to get diagnosed? Okay? So that's the issue in a nutshell. But a lot of the mental health disorders that I see now, the number one is PTSD within
Yeah.
our communities.
Right.
That's just so huge. And that has to do with a lot of different factors. It can have to do with like different socioeconomic factors because you got to think about it. If I'm homeless or I don't have anywhere to live, no food or anything like that, that may cause me to experience some type of trauma symptoms, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to get my next meal from every day.
Yeah. Where you
And
gonna
then you
sleep
got to
at?
look at, right. And then because we look at trauma as being someone who has witnessed a traumatic event or experienced it,
Right.
but we
Right.
don't look at all these other different factors that has to do with socioeconomic that stems back from historical adversities. So that's something we need to look into as the Black community as well. Like, why are we experiencing this at a higher rate than our Caucasian counterparts?
Right. Right.
And the reason is because we're not getting treated at the same rate. And that could be because out of fear of being labeled or someone calling you crazy, or you just don't have the resources to get the assistance that you need.
Right. So do you feel like society or someone is controlling the narrative of making someone crazy and or mental health like mentally driving people crazy on purpose? Like it's a targeted thing?
I don't think it's targeted. It does, but so when I look at mental health, I look at biological, social aspects, and emotional aspects. So you have to look at a person in the environment, right?
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. But there are some environmental factors that can cause someone to experience mental health.
Right.
For
So
sure.
so in my opinion, just my opinion, I feel like I'm not saying it's 100% targeted because everybody is there are some people with issues. But I believe like you were saying, like poverty, homelessness, oppression, depression, and all that extra stuff helps cause that, especially the PTSD,
Post traumatic
yes,
stress
yes,
disorder.
Yes.
Right, I'm a percent
You know.
all bad.
Yeah,
I only
because-
asked that because I'm sorry. Hey, you
No,
to say something?
yeah, I was like, that's just because of what we go through on a daily basis, you
Yeah.
know, within this community, you know, some of us, you know, and then like you say, it's we don't have the resources, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, to really address a lot of these issues, you know what I'm saying, and it's crazy. We need to really help with that.
Yeah. So the only reason why I asked you that question is because I had Googled a mental health market, right? And it says the global mental health market was valued at over
$3 billion.
Over $3 billion, and then by the year 2030, it's going to be over $5 billion.
Sure. So, in order to receive that funding, either at a state or federal level, I have to have people diagnosed with mental health disorders, right?
Yeah. So that's why I asked, do you
Okay.
think like some of it is being created? Because you
Absolutely.
got to. That's how you got to stay in business. It's like a hospital. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep them coming back, follow up appointments, and etc. You know,
drugs. You know what I'm saying?
And then I'm gonna be honest. We haven't even looked at there are no longitudinal studies out as of yet pertaining to COVID and how that is going to impact mental health down the line. Okay?
Yeah.
We haven't even touched bases on that.
Yeah, because the psychological, it's like a psychological, most definitely on kids, because you know how kids are. They kids. They can't hold a certain position or attention it's that long, you know what I mean? Because like once they get into something, they find themselves being bored of it, then they want to do something different. And you know, they don't even want to keep their coats on. So let alone how you expect them to keep a mask on all day. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, it's messing with their head a little bit, because at one point in life they never had to do that. They knew nothing about it, especially everybody. Like, because you know us, we didn't do that. That was not a thing. Now it's a thing, mandatory to do that, to ride a school bus and get on to go to school in most places.
You gotta wear that mask, you know, and that's like, well, okay, I know why I gotta wear the mask, but it's scary because I don't understand what's gonna happen and how it's gonna turn out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be going through their minds, you know what I'm saying? Even though if they can't express it, it might be coming out in other ways. That anxiety, you know what I'm saying, causing certain depression and acting out and something like that. You know what I'm saying? Let alone the fear of getting it. So I mean that. And
then let's add another segue. Most children in the inner city communities, going to school is a safe haven, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of lack of resources. So before I can go to school and know that I would get breakfast and lunch, now I may not get a meal at home if mother does not have the finances or the resources to do so, or there's some other factors going on. Yeah, they did the bag a lunch program, but that's one meal a day.
Yeah, and then some schools is having a shortage because like there are businesses that have shortages because of truck drivers. The truck drivers that you know they don't have any. A lot of them quit.
Right.
So they can't deliver to the stores, schools, and etc. because they have no way to get it. Because they don't have the people to deliver. So, and then they blame it all on COVID. Like, you know, this COVID ain't that dang on strong. Like, I understand that it's a dangerous sickness, but you know, as much as people was crying about getting back to work, etc., some people just don't have that job no more. That job don't exist. I done seen big companies go out of business during the last year.
Yeah, just because, you know, people couldn't come in, they had to stay at home, you know, they had to rock the mask and all that type of stuff. So a lot of people didn't agree with rocking the mask, and then a lot of they shut everything down. You couldn't go no damn where.
Yeah,
so
it's getting bad now. Still,
crazy.
It's starting to get bad again now with the new variant and all that.
Yeah, and then we can add another segue to this.
All right,
all the police brutality.
That
impacts our mental health. I don't know about you all, but when I see things like that in the media, I don't like it. It impacts my mental health for sure.
Yeah, I be scared as hell of the police.
Me too.
I don't even want to get pulled over. I be looking in the mirror like, is he gonna pull me over? He probably ain't thinking about me.
I'm terrified. Whenever I hear him behind me, I'm like, oh man, are they here for me? And I instantly go into panic mode. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm
right.
Oh
and
my God.
I'll be looking like, man. I'll be thinking like he just gonna jump out and just gonna come get me. I swear every time I always be like, man, he about to come get me, and I'm not doing nothing. It's just that you don't have to do nothing to die from the police. They just do stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So just imagine being an African American in society, waking up not knowing if you're gonna come home today.
Yeah, and then some people don't think about that. Like me, I honestly don't wake up thinking, am I gonna make it home today? I never. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't think about it throughout the day. Every now and then, it's not an everyday thing, and it's not like the first thing I think about, which it should be, but I don't, cause like I don't live my life as in am I gonna die today? You know what I'm
know.
saying? I don't look forward to just death. Like I know it's gonna happen, but I'm not, because I can't live in fear of death.
Right.
Because then you'll never live.
No.
You know.
No, yeah, you are correct. But again, we do have some individuals that live like that every day. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're always looking over their shoulders, not knowing if they're going to make it home or not. You know, and I do believe you are a product of your environment, but however, you can shape your environment as well, if you want to.
Yeah, just like you. You know, you in the medical health, mental health field, and, you know, you could have been anything under the sun. But this is an avenue that nobody in our neighborhoods go toward, you know what I'm saying, to be in that field. You know, most people want to be either an entertainer, sports player, or a rapper or something like that, you know. So, you know, it's like you said, you're a product of your environment, but you still can shake it.
Right. And I want to say this. If anybody is interested in the field, you know, we do need more black clinicians and therapists. When I'm at conferences, standing in a room with other clinicians, I'm like a polka dot.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
There's not a lot of you out there.
But these are the people that are treating us, and half of them are not culturally competent. They live out in Pepper Pike.
They don't know nothing about
trying to tell us on the third floor how to work with our people.
Exactly.
And that's an issue.
Yeah. Well,
and it's a huge disparity there.
Can you drop some info for people to get in contact with, you know, I mean, with you, or however they can get in contact with, you know, if they're thinking about doing something detrimental like suicide, or just want some help, or, you know, whatever?
So the corporation I work for is the Black Mental Health Corporation. We're located at 13110 Shaker Square, Suite C, 200F. That is in Cleveland. Our phone number is 216-512-0321. And our website is the blackmentalhealthcorporation.com.
Oh, cool.
We have all African American clinicians from all disciplines, male, female. We service all communities, LBGTQIA, older adults, younger adults, children, whatever. We are here to service our community.
Right.
And if you are ever in crisis and you are feeling suicidal, I don't know if you all are familiar with the mobile crisis unit, but if you give them a call, they will usually come out to your home, or they will try to de-escalate until EMS or police or fire arrives. And I'm going to give you all the phone number for that.
Okay.
And that number is 216-623-6555.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for calling in and helping us out a little bit on some of that, because, you know, that's important that we don't, you know, it's people out here taking their own life and doing other crazy stuff because they don't know how to, they don't know what they're going to do next.
They don't have an outlet.
Yeah.
You know, they need to talk to somebody.
We're here to help.
Most definitely,
I'm
man.
glad. A lot of people didn't know about it.
We are one of the few black agencies in Cleveland. To be honest, I don't know of one.
And y'all the only one.
So,
I'm willing to bet
that. To my knowledge.
And it needs to be one in every area where black people are in Cleveland.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Right.
Yeah, that would be great. You know.
Well, yeah, man. Thank you, Monique, for calling in, man. We appreciate you dropping some jewels for us. And,
alrighty.
Yeah, so we'll get with you soon, man. We gonna, you know, hopefully we can steer somebody in your direction. All right, cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yo. Crazy T.
Yo.
What up, man?
Chilling, man.
I know you a little nuts, man. You know, I don't know. I just wanted to mess with you. I
got a couple mental health issues.
It's all good. We all do, man.
Yeah.
We all do. It's a lot of stress that people don't know that they have and they deal with in their way. Some people strong enough to deal with it.
Yeah.
Some people not.
Yeah. Some people like legit need medication. I don't like how they market it to everybody, but it's people that legit need them pills.
and I think some of the kids, they just take the parents just give them the medicine because, for one, they possibly don't know how to handle their own kids.
Right.
Two, they may need that because maybe they get some kind of incentive.
They need to sedate them because they don't want to deal with them. So them drugs.
So they drug the kid so they won't have to deal with try to discipline them and keep them in line.
I mean, I know some people that the effects of those drugs at too young of an age has really affected them now. Yeah, they not really right.
I think it's making it worse. And then it's. I'm not saying it is or it's not, but in my opinion, I think some of these vaccines is probably messing these kids up. It's just stuff like, because I'm not saying that like it's purposely something put in there, but your body chemistry everybody's body chemistry don't work with the same thing,
right? So
and it creates a whole new you.
Yeah, and you don't know that until you take it. You won't know. You know what I'm saying?
And then people still don't know because they haven't released any info about this could happen to you if you take this.
Well, I mean, as far as they don't know all of the side effects, they
don't
be like the
tell
commercial.
us all the side effects.
They'll be like the exactly. They'll be like the commercial, and they'd be like 5-10 minutes just saying
what's wrong with it. Like they say, this is the treatment for XYZ, but then it's just going to cost like 80,000 more side effects and illness.
The cure is worse than the cause. I mean, come on now. I mean, that's the whole issue.
Hey, do y'all remember when Ritalin hit the market?
I don't remember when it hit it, but I remember that. I remember that it was
widely prescribed.
Like what is that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I was in middle school when it came out, and it's pretty much medical amphetamines. It's medical speed, right?
Right. Yeah.
But I think that's like that generation of us middle schoolers who took Ritalin. I didn't take it, but they did at the time. This is where we get the meth addicts when they get grown. Yeah. This is where we get the opioids because they had already been taking drugs since they was 11.
Yeah. And then that's why we get young crackheads.
Yeah.
Or young.
We got a caller.
Yeah. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this me. This her. This T-Baby.
T-Baby. You flaked on us today. It's all right, though. It's okay.
What's going on? I ain't feeling too good, but it's okay.
It's all right.
But I just heard you talk about the vaccine and things like that, and with the medicine and interfering with the kids. I 100% agree with you. It's certain medicine that I don't even let my children take now because, like you said, it messes with them mentally,
Yeah.
And with the vaccines, it makes it even worse, if you ask me, because, like now, my body is natural. I don't take no pills, no Tylenol, anything. And I keep telling people everybody's immune system is different.
Yeah.
So, say, for instance, I haven't had no cold, no flu in years. Yet here it is, I decided to get vaccinated. And I'm feeling all kind of woozy weirdness going on, and it's not going to sit right with me,
Yeah.
And the first thing that I'm going to say is that vaccine. I feel like if you could just go ahead and, do the body right with the natural, fruit and things like that, eventually it will go away, Take even a couple of halls and some tea, if you ask me, and some lemon.
Yeah, there it is.
But I don't agree with all that medicine and giving kids all that. I don't believe in that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right. Because you don't know the long-term effects of any of that. You know what I'm saying? And now,
Yeah, like I was saying, the body chemistry of everybody is different,
So it affects people different ways, different people different ways. And like you saying, the Ritalin, we seeing now some of the effects of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you got grown people that's meth heads, or you just got people that's just off mentally. You know what I'm saying? They just not all the way there.
And then when some I got a family member that when she sometimes she go a little bit out of space, and she'll probably smoke some weed here and there, and then she'll get to drinking, and then it just sparks in her. It seemed like that mix just bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Like it just sparked some kind of reaction in her that just turned her into like
When you throw that switch,
spaced out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then when she get in that, and when that happens,
she violent? Is
no,
she violent?
she not violent. She just like spaced out, and she make really terrible decisions.
Oh,
And you know, and then it's like can't nobody find her.
so
And
she
it's
get
not
gone.
it's she don't do hard drugs, but she does. She would do what a heroin addict would do. You know what I'm saying? How
I
they
was
would
just about to
disappear and
bring
all
that
that
up.
type of
So
stuff.
is that like a mental
Yeah, I was
issue?
just about to bring that
She
up.
has a mental
She on
issue.
some
Yes.
type of, you know.
Yeah, she has some type of medicine that she needs to take, and when she takes it, she's fine. But when she stopped taking it and then start drugging and drinking with the weed and the alcohol,
That don't affect her
then
right. It don't
it
hit her
just
the right
it turns
way.
her all the way around.
So she be out
And
I was
there.
just about to say that too, because that's how like addiction happens. When you take, regular medicine or medication that the doctor prescribes you, and say for instance, like you stop taking that kind of specific medicine that they giving you, now you're going crazy because in your mind it's like, okay, I need it. But you really don't. That's addiction for real. Believe it or not. It's addiction when you stop taking a medication and you feel like you have to have that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, what you think the most? Well, this is from a study from other people, but what do you think is the most addictive thing on the planet Earth?
That's hard to say.
I mean, it is hard to say, but the one that was brought up is very is I can see why they say it.
Food.
It could be
Sugar.
It could,
Sugar.
It could
Yes.
be
It's definitely sugar.
It could
Sugar is
be
very
food.
addictive.
It could be cigarettes. It could be
Alcohol.
No,
like
I'm saying
you said, it could be
it's,
weed, it could
but
be
see, like everybody
alcohol.
has had sugar. Everybody haven't had cigarettes, alcohol, marijuana, drugs, and all that. You know what I'm saying? But everybody had sugar before.
Yep.
Sugar is from I forgot who said. I was watching it was a video, but I forgot who it was, and they were saying that sugar is the most addictive thing because everybody is able to purchase and consume sugar, no matter how old you are or anything. Like it messes your body up because you get diabetes.
Yeah.
And then he said it's similar to it, like the first addictive thing you ever done in your life. Because think about how kids are when they always want candy. That's the main thing they want.
Gave it to
It's
them.
candy and Kool-Aid.
Because it's sweet.
It's Kool-Aid, yeah.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah,
that sweet.
that's the
Get
sugar.
addicted to the sugar.
The sugar. Like, that's why
instantly.
they always want to eat more junk food than real food because
Yeah.
because that sugar is got a hold on them.
Are you gonna stop giving it
That's
to
true.
them?
You get,
Do you
like
not
my
get
got
it
son,
to 'em?
yeah.
You got to monitor because like
Yes,
I
my son.
I dog something with some sugar in it. Like yesterday, today I ate like 6 cookies. Like that too, and a cake, a piece of cake.
Go
Like
ahead and
you know
eat
what I'm
this
saying?
Right on camera. Sugar.
I think he was just being greedy.
I mean
He
that
just being
too,
hungry.
but then like it's I always think about like man, I need to get me some sugar, like something with some sugar in it.
Every day.
It's one of the most addictive things,
Right.
Because everybody can have sugar with it legally, and it's
Yep.
nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing illegal or supposedly unhealthy. Well, it does
nothing
have its
unhealthy.
unhealthy, but they don't push the narrative of you not eating as much sugar. It's always
Yeah, and believe it, like with my
calories.
son, my son, he loves juice,
Yeah.
and I monitor him for juice. Like once a case of pop is gone, I swear to goodness, I won't buy and go get no more juice until the next month.
you gotta get some 100% juices.
I'll have water. Yeah, like seriously, like if I don't like watch my son with the pop and juice, he would drink all of them.
Yeah,
And like you said, it makes my son hype. He get real
Yeah. and
jibbery jabbery. He want to jump around and things like that. So I monitor my
Right.
son when it comes to like juice. Yeah.
so
I do any candy.
the thing is, right? And this is something I just thought about. I'm not saying that this is completely true, but this is just a thought. So, say in school, let's just say kids getting candy and sugar, period, right? hypes them up. Just like you said, your son get hyped up. So then your son is so hyper. Then imagine that they're using that, saying that, oh, okay, he's just hyper. He needs to take Ritalin or whatever this is to calm him down. But they don't think it will put the factor of it may be sugar that's helping them act out like this.
Right, and then that's an excuse to give him a drug. And keep him on
so that's why they keep them
the
sugared up.
life.
That's why the schools give them sugar. They want to get sugar from their parents, and then if one of their friends got some candy, they share candy with each other. They eating candy all day. You know what I'm saying?
Sweet stuff all day, sugar from breakfast to lunch and dinner.
Yeah, they get sugar constantly all day, and then they get diagnosed as some kind of mental health issue, and they give them medicine. And then the medicine just take them over the edge and just mess them up, you know. So now they're addicted to something, or now they just all messed up because they've been diagnosed wrong.
That's true.
Yeah, just like another thing. Before you get off the phone, like another thing, right? Because we went to school together. So remember back then when it was just like the special needs to get the IEPs. To graduate or whatever the case.
What's that?
That's basically saying that it's not exactly a mental health thing, but it's like a special ed. So
like a special ed.
So they are not obligated to take a test to graduate. They basically graduate off top.
So they gonna pass them.
They graduate.
They
just because
attendance diploma.
Yeah, basically, they do their work or whatever, but they basically get a diploma for just coming to school. Basically,
see, they go to that bull the awards for just being there and participating.
So that's how like for an example, I'm not trying to point no school out or nothing like that. I don't want nobody to try to come hunt me down, but
you won't even say the school district.
No, I'm about to say this school, but I'm not trying to I'm not trying to put no bad news or bad papers on this school. That's why I'm trying to clear that up before I say the school. But for an example, Ted Ginn Academy, his school, he can't. He used to be Glenville, but he separated from Glenville to create his own school, which a lot of the students are IEP. So so now his school has a high graduation rate out of that school from all of the students. So all the students on the IEP are automatically going to graduate. They're going to pass school. They're going to graduate. They don't have to worry about no tests and nothing to hold them back. You know what I'm saying? And then they talk the parent into that, saying that if he can get he or she can, well, mainly he, because it's all boys school. He can get an IEP and he can graduate with no problem. Oh yeah, so that's not the only school that does it, but that's the only school that I can think of right now that I know of. You know what I'm saying? And it's not 100% of his school that's like that. And then it's the parents that have to enroll them in that. So it's not like it's not like Ginn Academy is just saying, all right, IEP for everybody. You know what I'm saying? The parent have to accept that. But I'm just saying that's just one of the things that. You know what I'm saying? And that's a label kind of saying of a mental issue in a way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's saying that you're not mentally able to take a test.
Take a test to graduate. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's a mark on you already.
Yeah. So that's a mark off top. So but now nobody really pay attention to it because you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a new trend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, because that's what they're trying to do is push us down that path. You know what I'm saying, and not in the path of what we're supposed to do. That's instant labeling. And that's gonna be on your record. You know
your record.
Yeah. When they look at that record, they're gonna see that. Oh, okay, you got a little issue there mentally. So, okay.
Yeah, but then they can't deny you. For you know what I'm saying, they can't deny you a job or housing, etc. because of that. Yeah, that's what the new laws is for. Like you know what I'm saying, like you can't deny them from mental illness, race, sexual preference, and etc. All that other stuff. That's why they made all of this, all of them extra rules because of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They making people, they making these type people, and then they saying, oh, you can't discriminate on them people. But you just made a whole generation of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're giving all these kids medicine, and you creating these people, and then now you saying that we gotta accept what you created.
Yeah.
And we gotta, like, you know what I'm saying? And then we not noticing that we helping the creation because these parents keep thinking about, like, oh, I gotta give my son this shot so he can go to school, or I gotta give my kids this medicine so they can go to school. And it's always because they need to go to school, and they not thinking about alternative ways for them to get the education they need without having to stoop down to what government says that they have to do to attend school. Okay. And they gonna do it because
now you get into the homeschooling now.
Yeah, they want, and you can still get around it if they still go to the school. All you gotta do is have like an exemption form, and that's been around forever.
Exemption form, I never heard of this. So
okay, so let's get it in. An exemption form is basically you can get it from a religious or a medical exemption. So, say for an example, you're a Muslim, right, or a Jehovah's Witness, or whatever the case, huh? Oh, she talking.
No,
so say if you're a Muslim or a Jehovah's Witness, and you know that's your faith, and you attend the mosque or whatever the case, the Kingdom Hall, and you're all right, and your pastor or whoever, or the people, whoever you follow, right? And they can draw up a religious exemption saying that our religion does not support or participate in this type of whatever. Like say for the vaccine, we don't participate in that. We do natural treatments and whatever medical is necessary for life, or whatever the case, however it's worded. It's all, you know what I'm saying? So that way it exempts you from doing a certain thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that way you can submit that to the school and saying that our faith we don't do that. We don't want our kids to take these medicines and, you know, fill them up with all this other stuff. So you can say,
well, okay. Now what if they say, well, you don't want to take them, then
they can't deny you.
You saying they can't?
They're not supposed to deny you. They gotta accept that, because they can't turn you down for religious or sexual preference or whatever.
Tell them they can't turn them down at all.
Yeah,
I'm talking about for a medical thing. If I don't take these shots,
you can get a medical exemption also, but it'd be a little harder because you got to get a doctor you got to have your own, basically your own doctor. Yeah, so like when you get your doctor, they got to say that. Basically, if he take anything like this vaccine or anything like it, it could cause him serious harm or death. You know what I'm saying? So that would exempt you from getting any kind of vaccines or medicines.
You can present this to them, and then they say, you can come on.
They would have to accept it because this is your religion or your medical exemption. Like this is because if we give you this, we're going to force you to go against your faith, or you will die or be seriously injured or ill. Because we giving you this.
I still think it'll be some backlash. Backlash as far as they be saying.
The only way
the school will say, I can't because of medical. You can get this shot, this COVID shot, then you can't come in this place.
Yeah, but if they have that exemption form, they can't deny them.
Then everybody would get that exemption form.
Everybody don't know about it because you just learned about it today.
No, everybody would get that. So
but they don't know about it.
It's okay. So you saying this has been happening? Like I'm talking about within our lifetime. I'm a little bit older than you.
Yes. So exemption form has been around for a while. I'm not exactly sure when the exact date, but it's been around. This is how Muslims and Jehovah's Witnesses and Jewish people and all that, they get around from getting vaccines and medicines and stuff. They get that exemption because this is a part of their faith. And then that's medical exemptions has always been around because doctor says, hey, look, he can't take that pill or whatever the case because of if he does, he would be seriously ill or dead.
I gotta look into that because my cousin is Jehovah's Witness, so I'm gonna ask him. He gonna tell me the truth.
Yeah, he'll tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
He get a medical exemption.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, that's some bull.
It will work. Listen, it will work because I just simply did it for work. You know, like
don't be if you don't be snitching on yourself if you ain't do it right. Okay, I'm just saying.
You know, certain things you just gotta really look into before you just say, okay, I'm just gonna do it. Like if you really truly honestly don't believe in, you know, getting vaccinated, then look into what you know, trying to go against. Look into what you're going against, and then bring it up to them and let them know, like, hey, I did research on such a subject, and bring it to their attention, get it sealed. Like you said, if you need doctor to write out you a form and things like that, do so. But don't ever, like, you know, just say fuck it and just go ahead and do it because, oh, I'm scared this is going to happen. Like, no. Things like that, it really matters because I ain't up for it. Yeah, don't do research.
Right. So T baby, I appreciate you calling. We ain't gonna hold you all night. I want you to go ahead and get yourself together. I know you ain't feeling too hot, you know. But
I know, gotta go.
Yeah, we appreciate you calling though. You know, next time, you know what I'm saying, you could probably, you know what I'm saying, join us in person.
Right, when you feel better.
I am, I will.
All right then. We appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So I got you hip today on something. I'm glad I can do that. I'm glad I can do that.
Yeah, cause I'm gonna ask my cousin. He'll just
because my lady just got a religious exemption, so I know about it. You know what I'm saying? I knew about it, but I didn't really know about it until now. Like I kind of got a better idea of it. And
everybody would do that. Why wouldn't you? I'm like, hell no. I'm not.
It's just because nobody knows. They push like because like the Christian and Baptist faith don't follow that. They don't. It's like they don't care if they don't really care. Honestly, at least now they don't. If they did,
it's God's will.
Yeah, they like, yeah, you need to get vaccinated. You need to do this. You got to do that. You know what I mean?
You got the preachers telling you that.
Yeah,
you got big preachers in town saying, "Get vaccinated, get that shot." You got a.
It's only because the government is funding the churches now.
They've been doing that.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, ever since the government funded churches, this is why they accept things that they didn't accept in the beginning.
Yeah, they doing that. They've been doing that since MLK and probably before that.
Yeah.
The farce on Washington.
It wasn't. I think it's like started getting heavy around the 80s. I'm sure it was some churches that was still people oriented because they didn't want to be controlled. You know what I mean? But after a while, you know, you got a couple sellouts out there that was just, you know, now this is the way that they learn how to do it now. And they, you know what I'm saying, when they go to do they teachings and stuff, this is how they learn it.
Tell me this. It's in the hood within, say, a 5-block radius. I can count maybe 6 or 7 churches.
Right.
So are they really out to help people? I mean, you know, are they really out to help people? Or are they out? I
would say to an extent, yeah. I think they are. I think they are doing both. You know what I'm saying? Because
why don't some of these churches consolidate if they all talking about the same issue?
Right. I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? Why don't they all just come on together and form like maybe 2 big churches?
Because they all want to get paid.
There you go.
They all want the money.
There you go.
They don't want to share.
So they want their
Benz and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep. And
Cadillacs.
Yep. Some of them is on that, and then there's some of them that's
I'm sure there's a couple that really genuinely just want to
help people.
You
know, and get them together. You know, and then you got others that got an ATM and they lobby.
Yeah. We know which one that is.
And
then you got some that says that you need to bring the check stubs.
Right. We're gonna make sure you got what you say.
Yeah,
we gonna
want you to pay God.
We gonna pay God.
Yeah.
Air quotes, God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess some of the preachers feel like God.
Some of them do. See, okay, who said this? 15 churches on 105. Yep, you right. Because I rode down the street and looked at it.
That yet.
I looked at it and I counted. Yeah, it's about that many. You ain't never lied.
It may be more.
It's probably more. Yep, the Return to Notre Dame said it. You right, brother. Damn right.
Yeah.
Because that's it. Because it's from St. Clair to Superior. It's about 15 churches.
Yeah, it's churches all through.
You know what I'm saying?
See, so many because this is something that people need to ask.
Mm-hmm.
We got so many churches in these hood areas, or the ghettos, or whatever you want to call us.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we still down bad? Like, why is there still a lot of negativity when we got so much God running through the hood?
Mm-hmm.
You still got people getting shot. You still got people homeless. Still got people on drugs. You still got people drinking alcohol hard. You still got people doing dumb stuff. But you got so many churches in the hood, and you got so much godliness that it's like, who thinks about church? You know what I'm saying? And then these people only care about what they want you to believe, and you coming to pay tithes without really helping someone.
Right.
You got too many churches in the hood for us to be messed up.
You right. So you gotta think and say it's another agenda. It's another issue.
And can't no preacher tell me that, oh no, it ain't about the money, young blood. No, because it got to be. There's no way that there's many churches in the square foot area. It's about 30 to 50 churches in the square foot area, from probably, we're gonna say 80 Road down to 55th. Okay,
we got a caller.
Right. Hopefully ain't no church goer dogging me. What's up, man?
Here, let's go.
What's going on? Who's calling?
The Return to Notre Dame.
Wow, my man. That's what's up, brother. How you? I thought you was one of them church goers about to come check me, man.
Oh, turn your stuff down.
Turn your phone down for us. Or your the device that you listening to the session on.
Yeah, turn it down just a little bit. All right, cool.
All right, cool. Appreciate you. What's up, man?
Yeah, the churches in the neighborhood are draining the money out.
Yeah. Because one of my points was it's too many churches, too much God in the hood for it to be bad like it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People doing drive-by shootings, shooting people, killing each other, drinking and drugging, raping and all kind of crazy stuff, abducting and snatching kids, kidnapping. How is this so much God around and so much bad happening?
Because people expecting somebody else. They go to church and pray that somebody else going to do it. When they need to say something, when they see something, do something. When you see your neighbor have a problem, instead of going to pray about it, go help your neighbor.
Yeah,
I think somebody else going to do it for you.
That's God working through people. That's how God worked. He worked through people. You know what I'm saying?
Look, my man Al Porter Jr. says, prayer without action is, what is it? Prayer without action is inaction.
Yep.
Something like that. He got a little slick way of saying it, but prayer without action is no action at all.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? It's just talk.
You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. It ain't gonna fix nothing. It ain't gonna change nothing.
Yeah, so because I could get into more stuff, but I'm gonna just say this one thing. I don't want to go church heavy and just start talking church, but I don't see how people can just pray all day and then just go on with the day. Like, they feel good at just about praying and then just letting things happen. Like, I think people put too much on God. Because God gave free will, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's only so much that He's going to do. It's free will. Because if God was really the person that controlled what you do, then you would have no free will.
So that means that you
got to take action.
That's
you got to do your own thing.
Go.
You know what I'm saying? It's called free will for a reason.
So you are kind of
You gotta,
God-like.
you can't say, well, I'm gonna let God handle it. No, God wants you to handle it.
You are God.
You are His own image, right? Like, come on, man. Like, you supposed to handle that. Like,
God
you are here
through
to
you.
handle it. Don't say I'm gonna let God handle it,
God
because
working
this
through
you are the free will He created. But I don't want to get into it, you know what I mean? Because the church people hate me, man.
I try not to offend the church people.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying. I don't think I did.
Sleep at night, whatever help you sleep at night. I mean,
yeah.
This is how I look at it. That now religious people get offended when I say this, but the new version tell you to turn the other cheek. The version they gave to our people tell you no matter what they do to you, just pray about it. It's gonna get better. But the Old Testament is an eye for an eye. You do something to me, I got the right to do something back to you. So why all of a sudden, when you teaching it to the new people, you teaching them something different than what you started at? Because that's the people who behind the religion, they feel that strongly. You do something to me, I got the right to do whatever I want to. But the new people, you teaching them something different.
Yeah.
And as far as that, I done delved into several religions, and Muslim is more of our religion, closer to what our natural religion is than Christianity. And you tell that to a black Christian, you going straight to hell.
We won't even get into all that. I'm just saying, I just wanted to say the point about the free will thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, a lot of churchgoers don't like talking to me because I make points that I feel like it makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
They can't answer them.
Yeah. So
the religion, they religion ain't based into logic. It's based into feel. This is the way it should be. It's not.
Right. But like I said, it's too much God in the hood for the bad to happen. And then people always question, well, why God do this? It wasn't God. It was the free will He gave men. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep blaming everything or waiting for something.
Somebody to fix it.
Yeah, you can't be. You know what I mean? You got to be the cause of fixing. You got to be the cause of problem solving, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. You gotta have the action behind the prayer.
Yep.
Can I give you a little information on the church situation? The churches used to. Now the government got into the church game because of Martin Luther King. The marches, them people marching all across, that involved a lot of money.
Yeah.
And local churches in the black community provided all of that money. And the government looked at that. If they have enough money to draw that, they can make that type of money. They can support their own candidate. They can do stuff that we don't want them to do.
Yeah.
Break that up. We're gonna get them tax exemptions, but they can't give back to the community. You can't do nothing more than give them a sandwich or a hot meal. You can't go pay Brother Jenkins' electric bill for him like they used to do back in the day. You can't go help them put a down payment on no house like churches used to do. They made rules that this money needs to come in. You got to give it away, but it can't be no profit from it. So a person who get a house, that's profit. You can't turn a profit off. But these pastors and these Bentleys and these Benzes, they don't not.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get into it too deep. You know what I'm saying? We don't want them attacking us right now. We just wondering why so much God in the hood and so much bad happen. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. You know what I mean? Like, we just want them to really say do what they really saying. You know what I mean? That's all. Like, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I tried to get in when you was talking to the other lady about the mental health.
Oh yeah. What's up?
Look, these schools be telling kids that they can't come to school unless they take this medication. Yeah. They target single mothers who have jobs, who don't have time to take off and missing days of work to come see about this kid, and they back them in the corner and tell them your kid can't come back here until they take this medication. First of all, if you ever get in this situation, you tell them you're not qualified to tell me whether or not my son takes medication. You went to school to teach, not medical.
Yeah.
You can't determine. That is not in your scope of criteria to be able to determine that.
Yeah.
But But they catch people when you on you ain't got no more leave hours. You can't leave work no more. You risking losing your job about your kid that you need this job to take care of. So once they don't have no help, once they get pushed in that corner, now their kid is a customer for life. And I got family members that work in the medical, mental health, all that, and they start them off as a customer. That's it. When you get a kid at 16, when you get a kid 12 years old on medication, and you have him on that medication, you got a customer until he die, because he's gonna have to take it for the rest of his life.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Thank you for shedding a little light on that, cause
you were bringing that knowledge, dropping that jewel on us. You know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying?
Hey man, I appreciate you calling too, man. So
yeah, thanks, man.
No problem.
Yeah,
thanks for dropping that knowledge on us.
Appreciate it,
For
man.
sure. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing, and it was nice getting to give a little bit more knowledge to other people, because you know I holler at you. We talk like this.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh yeah,
most definitely. All right, bro. Good luck.
Yep.
So, a little bit more about. We gonna say I'm just gonna still stay in the category of mental health, right? A little bit. So, when people heard that, wait, man, I'm about to make a. We don't need no horses no more for our carriages. I'm about to make something that can just go by itself.
Right.
Imagine someone saying that to you in 1885 or wherever it was when they first made the first automobile.
Get out of here.
He was like, "Hey man, look, we just gonna drop the horses. We're gonna do them. We're gonna use them for something else.
Carry ourselves.
We're gonna have the carriage carry us.
Such and such horsepower under the hood.
Right. So just imagine what someone said that to you, man. You freaking nuts. What are you talking about?
You crazy. And
then imagine the Wright brothers when they just had something that just fly in the air, and they be like, you know what? We're gonna make an object that fly. And they was like, man, you tripping? What is wrong with you?
Man, you ain't gonna make nobody.
You know
fly.
what I'm saying? And imagine when someone told you, I'm gonna bring the lightning in your house, so we can have light in the house.
What the hell?
Constantly, all day,
power,
as much as we want.
Right. Get out of here.
So the reason why I bring that up is because all of the people supposedly that were crazy had genius ideas. And it was crazy until it became normal. So now we are shut off from being genius to crazy. And all of the crazy stuff that our kids have came up with is being dumbed down by drugs.
Yeah.
Just imagine if they had these drugs back then, we wouldn't have lights. We wouldn't have cars.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have a lot of things right now.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like who like when he made peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? Like
George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver. When he made peanut butter, people was probably looking at him like, what is that?
He didn't make no money off peanut butter.
No, he didn't. But he got credit. But that ain't nothing.
Right. I don't want money.
But when he made peanut butter, people looked at him probably like, what are you doing? Why are you smashing the peanuts like that? What are you doing?
He made peanut butter peanuts too.
Right.
He made, man.
Just imagine all of the crazy stuff that's normal now.
Yep.
I'm going to make a still picture. I'm going to create a picture of you. Now we're going to create a motion picture. You feel what I'm saying? All of this was crazy at one point. People have lost their mind at one point.
Yep.
But now look at us now. We got phones with the internet. We could watch ourselves
on the phone.
You can watch a show on your phone right now. A whole motion picture.
Right. I mean, a whole.
You can take pictures right there on your phone, videos. You can go live on the internet.
Yep.
So
it's amazing.
Never look at anything as impossible or crazy. You know what I'm saying? There's always a way
within the realm of reason.
Yeah. Cause like, but when who was that? Washington.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, see, we getting lost in the sauce, man.
Man, look,
I know
man.
I heard something over there.
Right, man.
I know I heard you over there, T. My bad, crazy T.
Right, we didn't catch it, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. You can catch us every Monday, 6 to 8. You know what I'm saying, 6ish around in there, and you can catch me, OG DJA on Facebook, OG.DJA on Instagram, and then you can catch Ray the Shark. Where can he catch
Ray
you
the
at?
Shark on Facebook, Ray the Shark 4 on IG, and then you can always get on WeUpRadio.com. Make sure you like, subscribe, share,
We Up Radio
and et cetera.
DOT.com on YouTube.
Yeah.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
You watch.